Hi Michael, this is the first in a series of short videos showing you how to make some edits and additions to your website. Sorry for the scratchy voice, I'm a little under the weather today. This first one is going to cover the blog posts, which we're looking at right here, the blog on the website. To do that, this black bar up here is what will show up once you're logged in on the site. Don't worry, that doesn't show for anybody else except the person who's logged in. This just allows you to very easily edit a particular item. If you're looking at a blog post or a page, you can just say edit page and it takes you right there. So let's go ahead and come back here. When you first get logged into the website, you will land on what is called the dashboard of the website. I am going to be adding your tutorial videos right down here to this. This will become scrollable as I add more. This first one's kind of an old one. It's generic. It talks about, it's a 12-parter, as you can see here. It's not specific to your website. This was made several years ago by a previous developer. It could be helpful to learn about something, but I'm going to be making you very specific ones about how to do things on your site. In any case, all of this stuff on the dashboard can be rearranged, so and it's specific to your login. So right now I'm logged in as Stellar Active. This is only going to affect my view. But if you wanted to, say put the videos up top here, you can just drag these items to wherever you want and customize this view for yourself. In any case, we're going to come right down here to posts. And you can see a listing of all of the posts that are on the website, their names, who wrote them, the category that it belongs to, and the date that it was published. To add a new post, go ahead and hit Add New. I don't want to add a new post right now, so we're just going to use these existing ones as examples for the sake of this tutorial. So let's just come right in here and click on one of these guys. So here you can see this is a very simple view. You can engage if you want the editor for this, which is something I'm going to show you for the pages on the website. I wouldn't recommend it though. It's just, I think it's best to just keep these very simple. I chose this one because it has tables in it, so we're going to show you how to use the table builder as well, because that might be something that you need here on the site. Let's just go ahead and open this up so that we've got both the back end and the front end of the website in adjacent tabs so that we can look at these things. Here you can see is one of the tables that we've made. Here's another one. There's a couple of them on this post, I think, along with some screenshots. So the main items here to address for the blog are, of course, the title, the category that it belongs to, and as you can see on the News tab, these categories get added to the sidebar as you create them, and so you can create those on the fly if you want. Here you can just say add a new category, and you can type that in and hit add new category, and it'll add it to this grouping right here. You can see at the moment that there's an uncategorized and it is not showing up on the front. That's because there's nothing in that category. So that's the other thing. If you create a category but no post is in it, it will automatically not show up on the front end. It won't show up until there's something in that category. So you can see this filters as you click through the categories. It will show you posts that only belong to that category. In any case, you can see the text has all been dumped in here. This is very similar, I'm sure, to what you're used to with Word. There are some very simple editing options here for bold, italic, bullet points, the alignment of the text. If you would like to insert a picture, you can just put your cursor in there and come right up here to Add Media. Click on that. By default, it will take you to the media library. Typically, it's not already going to be there, so you would just come right here to upload files, of course, and then hit select files, and then browse to wherever it is that the file is that you want inserted. So we could just hit that. It'll take a second before this insert into post becomes available. You can insert it into the post. And there it is. You can do a little bit of resizing on it if you want. You can change how that is aligned and whether it wraps or doesn't wrap with the text. All that kind of good stuff. Let's go ahead and remove that. Here you can see is the insert for the table. We'll get to that in just a second. Right here, these are headlines, and so they should be marked as such. So we have a hierarchy of H1, H2, H3 on the internet. Typically, you wouldn't want to go much past that. I don't think there's usually too much need unless it's a really long one, but it does help show the internet what the hierarchy is of the information in the post. So for these, I would just say, you know, these aren't the greatest tags, but here you've got some good keywords, the history of MLA and APA format. So right here, you would just put your cursor in there, and you would just, instead of choosing paragraph, we would choose H2. Now, this title of the post is already the H1, and you only want one of those in each post. So that's the one that's really going to primarily tag your content. These others will be for secondarily tagging them. How to use, we can make that one an H2. Yeah, whatever you think is important here for referencing the information. It also has some styling applied to it, so you can see here after we update this. So we've got the history of, and then as soon as we refresh this, these two have become larger in accordance with the styling for the H2 headline here in the post. So use those as you see fit. In terms of these tables, I think I'm going to go ahead and make that a separate tutorial so that you can reference that, because you might want to do that on the website pages themselves as well. So I'm gonna break that off into a separate separate tutorial. For adding a link, you can see we've got some links here. This is to your citationmachine.net. Let's just check this. So we can come here and click edit. We can come here to link options. Since this is taking them off site, what we're going to want to do is check this open link in a new tab option. And that way, when they click the link, rather than it replacing the current site, here, let's just refresh this. I think you already probably know what this is about. But so that when somebody clicks this, it will open a new tab up here and take them to that, and then when they're done with it, that they close that, the Cornerstone website is still here, rather than it completely taking them away from your website. So we want to make sure that any of those external links are going to be set to go to an external, into a new tab. To make a new link, you can just highlight your text, come right up here to this link icon and click it. Again, you get better options if you just use this link options gear wheel. If you're linking to a post on the website or a page on the website, you can find it right here in the list. You can also use the search tool, which works very well. You can also, of course, just come to the front end of the website and grab the link and put it directly in this URL. This one will write it for you, so you could just come right here and say, oh, I want the elementary school, and it writes that link out for you to take care of that. You would say add the link, and there it is added. We obviously don't want that, so let's get rid of that. Those are the basics of everything that you need to know. You've got your content area, your title area. When you add the title, it will automatically make this what we call the slug for you. If for some reason you save the post before you've added this here, it's going to add a weird default slug here. You'll want to go in and edit it and make it a version of the title. So if you just delete it and you hit OK, it'll build a slug out of the title that you've got listed there. It'll do that for you. So if you end up with a weird slug, that's how to correct that. Just hit edit, delete it, and hit OK, and it will, make all of this lowercase and put hyphens in between and make that the ending part of the link for you there. But yeah, title, content area, category right over here. That is the main thing that you need to know about setting up blog posts. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.